welcome back to my YouTube. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Grace. I make videos about everything and anything that is talkable about, hence the name of my channel, the Musings Forum. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you so much for coming and joining me in this monologue. And just because you're there now, it's a conversation, it's no longer a monologue. Yeah, if you're not new here, again, welcome back. Thank you for the support. Thank you for being the OGs. Yeah, continue watching, continue sharing, and let's grow together. I aim to, I don't know, I wouldn't say inspire. I don't think I am inspiring, but if I'm not, it's okay. I aim to just spare conversations that can be heard and just let my ideas out to the world. I don't know, I just enjoy doing that, and yeah, it makes me happy. Actually I was thinking it makes me happy talking to the camera and not necessarily talking to the camera. It makes me happy to speak about things that I've been thinking about, to speak about things in my mind, and to share out my ideas. And as I have come to learn myself, is I love challenging the status quo. I ask why a lot. One day I'll give you a story of how I have evolved in asking why, and I've asked why all my life. And sometimes it comes out rude, sometimes it comes out weird, sometimes it's like, why are you asking why? Anyway, that's not what you're talking about today. As you might have read the title of the video, we are talking about hair and beauty, especially in the context of an African woman, but just generally about people. So let's get right into it. Let me start with my story and my first experience, I think, with beauty and what beauty means. Even the first time I encountered that there was something like beauty and it being like a topic to be discussed about. I remember very early on, let me try to remember, very early on, I never, it's something that is never talked about. It's something that I had never heard of, you know, like, you're beautiful, growing up in the village, or someone saying this and that. I don't think I had encountered that, not in my family, not among my siblings, not among people I went to school with. So the first time I encountered the word beauty and being referred to me was in high school. Again, I'm going to connect this story to what we're going to talk about, hair and the evolution of hair and African hair and what that means, you know. So when we were going to school, like, I think it might be an experience of most of you who are my age and ahead of me. The younger generations, you might not understand, because I find you are more at liberty than we were when we were in school. And I am not that young. I was in high school, how many years ago? 11 years ago. So I mean, you might say that's not long ago, but it's quite some time. Yeah, you can go ahead and calculate my age. It's fine. I am not ashamed about my age. So yeah, I left high school 10 years ago. That means I joined it about 14 years ago, you know. So that's a long time. So when I was joining high school 14 years ago, it was actually written that you're not supposed to have relaxed hair. So again, if you're not supposed to have relaxed hair, it means that, I mean, African hair is hard. Most African hair is hard, and mine is actually for C, if you know the textures. So if you're not supposed to relax your hair, that in short meant cut your hair. Because again, if you don't relax it, and then the school principal finds it not kempt. I think, yeah, it's not kempt. Well, not neat. Whatever neat means, it meant you are in trouble. So it just meant cut your damn hair. So I had some really good hair, I would say. My mom had to, actually she tricked me. I vividly remember, we were seated behind our house, and then she came out with the afro comb, and she was like, no, I'm just combing your hair. I was like, but then in my head I was like, why do we have scissors? Like, but then it didn't hit me that she was going to cut my hair. So I just realized that we were halfway done. I was like, we can as well proceed. So I went to high school with short hair. Not really short hair, it was like no hair. I mean, it was cut. And this is where I want to believe it's the first time I encountered the word beauty and being addressed to me. And the thing was, it's a sad story. I've never talked about it, actually. I don't know. I've never talked about it, and it was bullying. And I remember a girl that I still know her name, and thank God I'm not in contact with, made a comment. She was like, you look like a boy. And if I didn't have a boyfriend, I would have dated you. That was not a compliment, and the way I'm saying it now, I am just, because I don't remember the exact word she said, but that was the effect. Like she thought I was a boy, because I think of my hair, it traumatized me, and it's something I grew up with, and up to my adulthood, I remember, like, it's just very recently I've accepted that I'm actually beautiful, just because of that experience. Because they were like, I was like, why would someone say I'm a boy? And then after they said that I'm a boy, I think they made jokes and they said that I was ugly. Let me tell you, I've never recovered from that until very recently. Well, I don't even know if I have recovered. Maybe I moved on from it, but there are still some remnant of it that, especially when you come to me now and say you're beautiful, I'm like, really? Thank you that you think that. Because for a long time, no one assured me that I was beautiful. And especially for people you love, your friends or family, it never came out like that, like you're beautiful, or I don't know, it was never there. And I can't blaming anyone. I mean, it's an African, it's an African society, it's an African family home. At least where I grew up, things have changed now, and that's not something talked about. Like, oh, you're beautiful. It's not there. Maybe it's there now, and something I aspire to tell my children, but no, it's not there. So so that's my story. Like, after I was told that, I have struggled with thinking that I was beautiful. It's not to say that being called a boy means you're ugly, but it's being told that you're a boy or you look like a boy, and then someone goes ahead and saying you are ugly. I remember asking myself, what's ugly, but looking back at it, is these girls had their relaxed hair, and I think I was just among the only people that had short hair. Well, later I grew it back and I relaxed it, and it was beautiful. I wish I had a picture to insert, but I don't know. Yeah. So today let's talk about hair and how hair is connected to beauty and how people would think that you're beautiful because of how your hair looks or how your hair does not look. Let's talk about that for a while. And it's hard to accept that you're beautiful because of the things that were put in my mind and how that experience had a toll on me. I always think that what that girl told me was true, that I was ugly. And therefore, actually from there, I feel like if someone tells me you're beautiful, I feel like they are mocking me. Yeah, that's how hard it is. That's how deep it goes when something like that happens. Are you for real? Are you saying that to make me feel good? Do you mean it? Or are you just saying it? So, but of course, I know I'm beautiful. I mean, look at this face. I know now I'm beautiful. I'm proud of it. But admittedly, I have never fully moved on from that. And that happened to me 10 years ago. I still feel sometimes when someone says that clicks, and I'm like, I was just saying it, Yeah. So it might be connected to my hair, or maybe how I looked. I don't know how I looked then. But if it was or wasn't, I just thought, let me connect that story time with what I wanted us to talk about. As I was writing my thoughts this one day, I thought about hair and how black hair is politicized. And so I wrote a topic here, the politics of black hair. But now when I went to research to it, I was like, whoa, it's not as simple as I thought it was. It is a whole thing about black hair and what it means, and generally what we have grown up thinking and what it would mean. Again, I'm not an expert. I have not done all the research that is there. I might say things that are not correct or that are misrepresented, but again, these are just my musings, and that's the whole essence of this journal of mine. So first of all, there is this movie that was done, I think, back in 2009, and by Chris Rock. He tells a story of how one day his daughter came and asked him, "Daddy, how come I don't have good hair?" And he thought, what is good hair and what does good hair look like, and made a whole movie around it. You can watch it. So us in Kenya, in Africa, let me ask you, and especially for women, what's your definition of good hair? What have you grown up knowing as good hair? What does good hair look like, and what does bad hair look like? And rightfully so, we talk about bad hair day. So that means we have good hair day. And in my case, because I'm a woman and been there, bad hair day is when maybe you've had like your braids on and then you have removed them and then your hair is curly. It's not relaxed. So yeah, that's a bad hair. I think how I've defined it, kitambo, because now I have a better understanding of what good and bad hair is. And in my opinion, there is no good or bad hair. But yeah, I remember things that we do. It's not that I remember. As I've said just before, I have relaxed my hair. And relaxing hair, those who have not relaxed hair, and maybe for men who don't have an experience, it's like basically burning your hair so that it's straight. So when you see me swinging my hair and it's all straight like a white person's hair or the Indian hair, it means that I have literally burnt that hair with chemical. When they say chemical, it's literal chemical. And sometimes it burns your scalp. Like the times I went home and my hair has woods, like what are they called? Burn woods. It's a wood, literal, it heals like a wood. It's like you fell and you hurt your skin, and it's just chemicals that we've put in your hair. and the extent we as women go through to have good hair, you know. I do not blame you. I am not here bashing anyone. In fact, let me make this statement. There are different reasons why people make their hair and why women have their hair the way they have it. There are those who put it as a symbol of power. Yeah, and you can read all these around colonialism and evolution of the black hair, especially in Kenya during the Mau, if you've seen, they used to have dreadlocks, both men and women. This is the thing. During the slave period, hair was a sign of punishment. When you became a slave, your hair was cut, and you sort of when your hair is cut, you're supposed to be unattractive. So that's it meant that you had to keep, I think, short hair, because long hair was, again, long kinky hair. The white person told us that that's not good hair. The second reason why someone wears their hair is for fashion. You just want to look the way you want to look, and I am not here prescribing how you should look. Again, it's your decision. You can do whatever you want. Put your locks, cut your hair, and straighten it. I think that's the whole essence of this conversation, is to know that it's good to know why some things happen and why there is so much politics around hair. And also it's good just to know that it's a free world. You can do the way whatever you want with your hair. I'm not here to prescribe. And I'm sure you can research and look at all the things that are happening in Hollywood and in other international spaces about hair and how your hair should look like, and you can read all these things about black women, how they have had to battle up with their hair. People like Oprah, who were told they're unattractive because, again, kinky hair, and you can see the things that we have gone through to change our hair. Just like me, a few years ago, I had never thought about it. I also thought I had bad hair, and I was like, I need to put good hair on my head, or I think I need to have good hair. And to me, good hair was straight curly hair, or putting on a weave or a wig on so that I have straight or shiny hair. And the thing with me and how I made a decision to change my hair, it's not because I was now all of a sudden liberated and I am now here fighting for the rights of the hair of the black woman. No, I just hate the salon, and my scalp is really, really, really sensitive. It's really sensitive. My hairdresser will tell you that. So it was not a liberation. It was just like, I just don't like the salon. And I remember there's a time I kept my hair for, I want to say 2 years, almost 2 years without combing it. Well, it was short and everything. And around that time, when the conversations started hitting my head, I was like, because I remember, and I love my mom, and around that time when I had short hair and curly and everything, not being combed, I went on a job interview and I got the job. And my mom was like, hey, walikupatia kazi na hiyo nywele. I can understand why my mom would say something like that, because that's a society. You've heard this if you're Kenyan, that if you have dreadlocks, unavuta bangi. And kuvuta bangi in Kenya is an equivalent of you're a gangster. Yeah. I'm not going to ask why. Lest I be thought of someone who supports. I mean, bangi is illegal in Kenya unless it's legal. When it's legal, we can have that conversation. So when you have dreadlocks in Kenya, you're perceived to be irresponsible. I'm sorry, this story is all over the place, but it's bits and nuggets. I mean, we can discuss in the comments. Yeah. So she was like, how did you get the job? And I was like, I got the job. I mean, I think I remember telling her that the world is a bit more liberated now, and you can get a job with kinky hair, with hair, as long as it's not dirty. It's just clean, and that's a choice you've decided to choose. I admittedly say, a few moments after that, even my dad and my parents, they just got confused every time I went home because of the choice of hair I had. My hair, I remember one time going to church, my mom coming out with her comb. She's like, you ready? It's like, but your hair. She literally combs it so that it's, so it's no longer kinky and the way I had kept it. And that gave me a lot of concern, like what is it with hair, what is it with the way I put my hair. And again, as you've guessed it, right, I went into searching and I was like, what the history of hair, and why is it that I can't keep my hair the way I want? Why is it that people are concerned about my hair? Why is it that how I put my hair defines how responsible or irresponsible I am? Why is it that people eat this kind of hair, or when you put locks on, especially for guys, you're termed as a gangster? Think about it. I mean, why do people bleach their hair and even their faces to look white? Who told us that white is better? Who told us that straight hair that we can't achieve is the beautiful hair, is the good hair? Who told us that when you have red locks, especially for guys and even for women, you are now a rebel? I remember, again, I have locks on for almost a year now, and the comments I've gotten, it's people are like, hey, now you're a rebel, you are revolutionary, I don't know, there's so much politics around it, there's so much concern about it, and I don't want to say I don't get it. I get it because I am African, but I'm just putting it out there for you to also think about if you've never thought about it. Ask questions and question things, why they happen the way they're happening, and maybe you've experienced it. If you've experienced it, share with me. There is so much that I can talk about, and so much questions have been asked. And just most recently, someone asked me, I was to do my wedding, that's how I would keep my hair. I was like, yeah, what's different? Or if you're going to have to go to a function, that's how you're going to keep your hair. I was like, yeah, that's how, this is my hair. And I know many women have experienced it, especially those who have cut their hair. And it's having short hair and being told that when you cut your hair, you're going through depression. I don't know why what these things come from. And there's some truth in it. There are those who do it for that reason, but it's a fashion statement. It's a style. It's a way I will wear a black top today, and tomorrow I'll wear a red one, and the other day I'll wear a different one. It doesn't have to be I made a dramatic change, and now this is why I have this hair, or this is where I've cut it, or this is where I've red hair. Let people make decisions. And as a woman, I have just brought up this conversation to you, my fellow women, so that you can explore. And if you've never thought about it, think about it, why you do your hair the way you do it. Why is it that you relax your hair? Why is it that you choose not to relax your hair? Why is it that you put your wig on? Do you feel more beautiful in a wig, or do you feel more beautiful in your natural hair? Do people around you make you do your hair the way you do? Because I'm aware there are people who have been asked by their significant others not to do this, not to keep their hair like this or like that. And I'm not here rallying for people to support natural hair. No, I'm just here to put it out there and make you ask the questions that you're asking, especially for those who are under pressure to do things in a certain way, to keep your hair in a certain way. If you're in that pressure, this is an encouragement to you to question it and to find your reason, to find your why. As I said in the beginning, I like asking why. To find your why. Why do you have to do the things that you do? Do they make you happy? Is it what you want to do? Then if it's not what you want to do, I recommend that you do what you want to do. That you put your hair the way you want to put it. If you want it relax it. If you want it, so that it's conscious, and I think as the reason for also doing this video is to also share my experience with it, and as I love sharing my experiences. So yeah, let me hear what stories you have there about hair. And it would be unfair not to mention something about men and hair. I mean, as well, it's I think even it's more, it's more harder for men to keep hair in a certain way in this society. Again, especially when you decide to put your natural hair and keep your natural hair, you're termed some kind of a way, which I think is wrong, and I think it's not right. Yeah, there's also that aspect of a man being told that your hair needs to look like this of a white man. I mean, well, not a white man, but no, you can't keep your hair the way it is. It has to be short, and you have to be in a tuxedo. That's how you look responsible. But if you have dreadlocks, then you're responsible. I don't know, maybe someone educated to me how having locks as a guy translates to being a drug dealer. I've actually become a drug dealer because I put locks on, so it's not only men. And how is it that when you have short hair and when you have long hair, now one of you is responsible, the other one is irresponsible? What's the definition of responsible or irresponsible? So to conclude this video, how do you raise your kids? Again, I'm a big advocate for changing the status quo. We don't have to live the way we were raised. We don't have to raise our kids the way we were raised. We know better, and it's cool that we pass it to them. First of all, I think number one is to make them understand that they are beautiful, both male and female. But I'll talk for female because I'm female. And you're beautiful. Define beauty in your words. Define beauty for yourself, so that you don't be like me. I mean, 14 years into your life, that's when you encounter the word beauty, and how you encounter it is not even nice. You encounter it by someone telling you that you're not beautiful, and that carries to you up to your adulthood. That's number one. Let the child, help them define beauty for themselves. Beauty is not straight hair. Beauty is not being white. Beauty is not, I don't know, being some type of a way. The way they are beautiful. The Bible says so. You are wonderfully and created by God. I mean, when you read that verse, it says you were carefully woven in your mother's womb. Like, it was not a mistake. You came out the way you are, whoever you are, So let people know that, and it's good to talk about it. Don't let them learn the way I learned it, and don't let them be traumatized the way I was traumatized. Because I am thinking, if someone had told me constantly that I was beautiful, or maybe the idea of being beautiful was brought to me when I was younger, I would have had an easier time dealing with that traumatic experience, and I wouldn't have carried it up to now. Yeah. Number two is, let's talk about these things, and let's question things. Yeah, it's a very lonely place to be at when you are in discussions and everyone is like, yeah, and then you're like, no, why? I have been there so many times, and it's very lonely because sometimes the conversation ends there because no one wants to engage. First, because people don't have facts. Number two, they don't want to just question things and break the status quo. Number three is because they just don't want to. They're used to the culture, and they think that this is how things are supposed to be. It's not only on hair or beauty, generally about things. So I would want to spur a generation of people who ask questions. End this video here, and I will hope that it has achieved something, me sharing my story and us talking about hair. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for coming and watching my video. I don't take it for granted. Please, if you've not subscribed, I think now let's rally more people to subscribe. I think most of you that are watching now are subscribed, but if you could share this video, then many people would subscribe, and we would have a bigger community and share these things in a bigger platform. Wouldn't that be nice? It would be nice, right? So see here, just below here, there's somewhere where it says subscribe. Please hit that. I will wait for you to hit it. No. I'm not going to talk. I'm waiting for you to subscribe. Thank you. Now we can talk. There are more videos on my channel. If you're new, you can just scroll, and not that many, but they're there. You can watch and let's discuss. Thank you so much for coming on and listening to me. Thank you.